How does the world's largest democracy endure a scourge that should shame any nation? One in which millions of its own children and adults are sold, exploited, and brutalized each year. India stands among the top 3 countries globally for human trafficking, hosting an estimated 8 million people in modern slavery, the highest national total in the world according to the 2023 Global Slavery Index. Yet official Indian data vastly undercounts victims. The US State Department 2024 Trafficking in Person report notes 7,134 identified victims in 2022 and 900 potential cases, a fraction of the reality on the ground. Meanwhile, UNODC's Global Report on Trafficking in Persons 2024 highlights that South Asia accounted for over 1,000 detected child victims in just 1 year. 44 boys and 63 girls, nearly half of whom were trafficked across borders for forced labor or sex. What fuels this horror? First, India's rigid caste system drives lower caste and tribal communities into poverty, illiteracy, and powerlessness, making them easy prey. Studies in family sex trafficking among the Bedia caste shows that Bedia girls are coerced by kin into prostitution networks, exploiting both caste loyalty and economic desperation. Dalit women are similarly overrepresented. Thousands are sold into brothels each year under the Devadasi system, an age-old practice where young girls are dedicated to a temple only to be sexually exploited thereafter. Poverty and unemployment magnify the risk. In states like West Bengal and Assam, high levels of rural poverty drive parents to sell children to traffickers, promising work in textile mills or domestic service in cities. Maharashtra, India's wealthiest state, paradoxically registers the highest number of trafficking cases, revealing that even urban migration can become a trap when unscrupulous agents and unregulated labor markets intersect. Despite constitutional safeguards, legal enforcement is shockingly weak. India's Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act 2018 provides stiff penalties, but convictions are rare. UNODC data show only 133,943 victims identified worldwide in 2022 led to 7,115 convictions, many fewer than traffickers active in India alone. The slow pace of persecutions and endemic corruption among local law enforcement, where bribes can free traffickers, means survivors often see no justice. In 2023, Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, CEDAW, rebuked India for failing to protect women and girls from trafficking, calling for comprehensive victim-centered policies and improved data collection. Yet, at global forums, India continues to project a facade of prosperity even as entire communities vanish into forced labor raids. This tragedy tarnishes India's claim to democratic leadership. A true democracy must safeguard fundamental human rights. Yet, millions in India lack even the right to freedom from bondage. Contrast this with Pakistan, where targeted reforms, survivor-led NGOs, and cross-border cooperation have rescued thousands of trafficking victims in recent years, despite limited resources. Pakistan's National Action Plan Against Trafficking, launched in 2022, has set clear targets for prosecutions, victim support, and community education, an approach India ought to emulate. India's 1.4 billion citizens deserve better than to be complicit in human bondage. If the world's largest democracy cannot protect its own from being trafficked, how can it claim moral authority on the world stage? In every rescued child and liberated laborer lies hope for a future free from exploitation. India must choose to be remembered for prosperity built on human suffering, or for bold action that restores the dignity of every human being. Will India heed the call? This is Amara Farid Baloch and you are watching Nexus Bulletin.